Okay, since this is going to be a foundation review, I already did my eyes, so we're going to concentrate on the face. So I already have my moisturizer on. I always apply my moisturizer before I start my eye makeup. I'm going to use my MAC oil control to prime my face. So the way I'm going to do it, I'm going to use all my regular products except for my regular foundation and regular concealer. I'm just going to implement these two into my regular routine. That way we can really see how the foundation reacts or how it actually works, because my regular products are really good, or I like how they work with my skin. So I think it'll be fair and it'll be easy to see how this actually works with my regular stuff, you know? Does that make sense? I hope it does, right? So I'm gonna start with my MAC oil control. I'm gonna just press it right here. Ooh, I got it in my eyebrow. I hate that. So my skin has gotten better. I broke out for a short period. It was like 5 pimples at once, and I was like because I never really have breakouts. Like I have like one big pimple here, like right now I have one big one right here, but I don't really get like massive breakouts, if that makes sense. So I did film how I deal with my breakouts. That video might be up. If it is, I'm gonna link it down below, or I'll put a little card right here so you guys can click on it. Okay, so this is what the website says. Foundation just got faster, launching in 18 shades and a range of undertones. Fast-paced foundation quickly perfects contours and highlights your complexion. Then they provide a YouTube video, and then it says the easy to apply stick formula melts into skin, blending seamlessly to leave a fresh and dewy finish. So it's a dewy finish foundation. Twist up, swipe on, and blend out with fingers, a beauty sponge I mean, or your favorite foundation brush. And then it says what shades they have and what they are for and what undertone. So like I said before, I have the F10. So let's get on with it, right? So I'm gonna take off the cap and I'm just gonna I think I had some fallout because now I have a little dot of green eyeshadow. Hold on. Take 2. I think that's a pretty good match. I don't really use stick foundations. I'm not the biggest fan, but I'm gonna try to be unbiased. So far it feels really thick. I'm gonna do a sponge because I always use a sponge, and I'll spritz it with some Fix Plus or some sort of spray. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna squeeze out the excess. All right, let's go right in. Oh, that's full coverage. I love full coverage foundations. That's so weird. It's not really sticking onto my primer. It's having a really weird reaction with this primer, I think. So we're gonna redo this. I'm gonna grab a makeup wipe. I hope you guys can see it's giving this weird texture right here. I'm gonna record it with my phone. This is what I'm talking about. It's like not sticking, but it's so weird. This side looks fine, but right here it's doing this weird thing. So I'm gonna remove the foundation with my wipe. So we're gonna give this foundation another go. I removed everything so I don't have even moisturizer on my skin, and we're gonna go in with the foundation again. Alright, so we're gonna go in and blend away. What I can see, this foundation oxidizes a lot. Like if I pat it, it gets lighter. So that's something to take a good note of, that this foundation seems to go a shade darker. I'm interested to blend it out in this area again, which is where it didn't want to stick before. seems to be blending in, which is a good thing. Alright, so for my concealer, I'm going to use this Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer. This is known to be a dupe for the Tarte Shape Tape. I don't know if I really think it is. I've used it before. I have the shade C9 that I've used on my previous videos. I never really use it or like it under my eyes because I have a darker shade. I really like to go brighter under my eyes. So I went into Ulta and got a lighter shade. This is the shade C6. So let me go ahead and actually read what the claims are for this concealer on their website. This concealer retails for $7. It has a 4.7 review. And then the description says, ageless, unisex, affordable yours, the concealer for everyone. 50 shades ranging from fair to deep in a range of undertones. A lightweight yet full coverage concealer to cover blemishes, even skin tones, and counteract dark circles with a matte finish. Okay, so it says it's a matte finish concealer that won't settle or accentuate fine lines. There we go. Fine lines or pores. So it's not supposed to crease. I crease a lot under my eyes and I have huge pores, so it's long wearing, intense pigmentation that can also be used to contour and add definition. Well, I didn't get a darker shade to contour, so we're just going to conceal and brighten our face. The doe foot applicator allows for a smooth application that won't drag on the delicate skin under your eyes. The concealer looks like this, and then it has a pretty big applicator. So let me show you guys the Shape Tape. That's the difference in size, and applicator wise, the applicator is very similar. So I'm excited to try this out. So this is what I usually do. Just drag a whole lot of concealer right under my eye like that. And then right here, a little ball of my nose, down the bridge, and then right here. I always blend my under eyes first because I really don't want that to dry out. I'm just gonna blend that right in. Ooh, that looks creamy. It's blending really nicely. I like that. I'm gonna do the other eye. Oh, I think I put too much. It's actually really full coverage. I'm gonna pick up some of that product and kind of just put it right here because I had too much on my sponge. So that's something to note. Go lightly. I added way too much. Okay, so it already creased under my eye, but every concealer does that for me just because I have a lot of fine lines under my eyes. So I'm just gonna blend that, and I'm gonna set it with my regular powder, which is the Maybelline Shine Free Loose powder, not this one. I'm gonna use the shade number 1 Light. So I'm gonna grab this powder brush from Crown, pick up some powder. I'm gonna set my cheeks and my forehead, the area that I bronze, because I'm not gonna play myself and try to bronze with powder while my skin is really oily and dewy. Now I'm gonna grab the number 2 Shine Free Loose powder and again set my forehead and cheek. So now I'm gonna contour now I'm gonna contour my nose using my BH Cosmetics palette. I don't know if I like how this powder's going onto this foundation. I'm gonna grab some more Shine Free Loose powder just so I could blend out my contour. So now I'm gonna bronze my face. I'm gonna use this palette too. I'm just probably gonna grab these 2 shades. Alright, so I'm gonna finish off my eyes while this area bakes, and I'll be right back. Alright. So I'm gonna dust off my powder now. And then I'm gonna set my face using the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. So for highlighter, I'm gonna use the good old Amrezy highlighter, and I'm gonna use my Morphe 501 brush. And last thing for the face, I'm gonna use this Laura Geller Bake Blush and Brighten highlighter. This is in the shade Tropic Hues. Alright guys, so this is my final look. So now I'm gonna vlog every hour or so. I'm gonna try to check in with you guys throughout the day so I can show you guys the progress of my makeup. Usually when I go out, I don't touch up my makeup. I just don't. If anything, I touch up my lips. Can you see me? Okay, so it's 4:59, so 5 o'clock, and Brownie and I, Brownie girl right here, we're gonna go get coffee. I just placed a mobile order, so I'm gonna go pick it up. I think from there we're probably gonna go to Home Goods since they let puppies in there. So I'm gonna go grab my coffee and go do that with Brownie, and I'll check in probably around 6 o'clock or whenever I go home, really. Alright guys, so it's 6:29, so it's been about it's been about an hour since last time I checked in. My makeup overall looks good still. The foundation still looks good, except for this area that I started creasing. I don't know if you guys can tell. Yeah, but I always crease right there. I have really prominent smile lines, so I always crease in this area. Overall, the foundation still looks good. It doesn't look really like, I like a dewy look, I just don't like a nasty oily look. So far it looks good. Alright, so it's about 8:30 and my skin still looks fine. It's just the same thing, creasing right here. I'm starting to get, I don't know, I can't tell if it's oiliness because I feel like this is the texture of the foundation. It's a dewy foundation, so it's supposed to be like that. So I am dewy still. I'm not creasing. That is still really textured, and that, to me, it looks the same. The concealer looks good too. Hasn't really creased or done anything funky. I was expecting this foundation not to really last just because I didn't use any primer. So props to that it's been a while and I didn't use a primer and it still looks decent. It still looks good. Like, I would, if I went out and still looked like this, I would be fine. So still looking good. 8:30. I'll probably take off my makeup in about 2 hours or 3. So I'll check back with you guys again. Alright, so it's 11 p.m. 11:30 and this is how my makeup looks. Our foundation, I actually really like it. It hasn't separated on my nose. The creasing is still there. What I did notice, it does give me texture. Wherever you have any little spot, oh, it won't cover it. It won't do anything for it. But the concealer and foundation went well together. I got good coverage. I liked it. I really do like it. So,
Hello friends, so I'm editing and I just realized I didn't give my final opinions on the foundation and concealer. So the foundation I did like. It did everything that it claimed to do. It was dewy and full coverage, which is everything that I've asked for in a foundation. It had really good coverage and the dewiness was not the type of dewiness that looks oily. It looked good. It made your skin look like skin. What I didn't like was that it enhanced texture, but I mean, it's a drugstore foundation. It can only do so much for the price that it's sold at. The concealer, I was really surprised that I liked it, just because I do own that concealer, but I have it in a darker shade. Can you guys see that? That's Brownie moving the curtain. Can you guys see that? She's right there. So the concealer, I do have it in a darker shade, and I didn't like it for my face just because it was a darker shade and I just didn't like how it looked. So now that I did go lighter, I really love it. It's nothing like the Shape Tape, just because the Shape Tape is really thick and it's dry. So that one you can easily look cakey with, but with this one, it's thinner and it's creamier and it's more dewy. So I actually think I like this concealer more than the Shape Tape. It works really well with dry skin, which is, I have dry to combination, so it was perfect for my under eyes. So I would definitely recommend it to you guys, and I think you guys should try it. It's super affordable, nothing like the Shape Tape. The Shape Tape is $30 and this concealer is $7, I believe. You guys should try it, and that's all I have to say. I hope you guys try those products and love them, and if you guys do find a primer for that foundation, let your girl know, okay? So thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, bye friends.